Now, reaction to this decision. Joining us on the line is the ANC Secretary General, Gwede Mantashe. Mr. Mantashe, good evening to you. You said a little earlier that you were hoping that Cosatu would reverse its decision to expel NUMSA. You must be devastated by this decision that the Central Executive Committee has taken tonight.
No, the reality of the matter, Jeremy, is that when you work with a sister organization, you advise and throw ideas, but at the end of the day, they must take that decision. Our view in the ANC is that the easiest thing is to expel each other and ultimately destroy the organization. But the most difficult part is to rebuild it. But if Cosatu is convinced that it can only rebuild itself without Vavi, without NUMSA, and there's a lineup of unions that are standing on the sidelines, maybe it's the wisdom there. But from where I'm seated, I think it is going to force Cosatu to take a dip in what it used to be. But it is also important for people when they're leaders to take responsibility. You know, when you walk away from the organization, because I was listening to Comrade Vavi yesterday. From me, that press conference was a press conference to announce that I'm walking away. I think it is another easy decision out of a complex situation.
Mr. Mantashe, can you reflect on what this means politically, and particularly as far as the alliance is concerned, given that a huge rump of supporters will follow Mr. Vavi and NUMSA? Does that not weaken then the ANC ahead of the 2016 election? Surely you must have concerns in that respect.
In politics, you never make assumptions, because in politics, when you're part of a movement, people love you, and you can make an assumption that all of them will follow you. But when reality dawns, people don't follow you as is that. You will still have to organize them out of their traditional homes. But it is a sad day because Cosatu is divided, and a big chunk of its membership will be away. And our view is that that is going to have an impact in the main on Cosatu. Then it will have a serious impact on the alliance.
What impact is this going to have on the alliance, Mr. Mantashe? What do you think that will be?
If the strength of the alliance is working together as four organizations and be able to share experiences, sometimes leaders resources to help each other. And when one is in trouble, you all feel it. And that impact is going to be felt in the alliance.
But it could also be felt at the ballot box.
Come again?
It could also be felt at the ballot box next year.
In a way, let me tell you, when we had a split of cope from us, that splinter had an impact on the alliance, broadly. But the alliance woke up and worked together and actually rose to the occasion. At the ballot box, that one is a function of what will happen when we campaign. That's it. But if comrades walk away from their organization, let's assume that they have a plan to form something and an alternative. We can see that down the line. As far as I'm concerned, is that is one of the short-sighted decisions they can take.
Mr. Mantashe, given that Mr. Vavi himself is a very charismatic leader and he has a large gathering of support, how much of a threat do you believe he poses outside the confines of Cosatu as far as Labour is concerned?
I grew up in a tradition that says what I say and what people listen to when I speak is not because of myself, it's because I am in an organization. I'm as powerful as that organization. Now, history is full of people who thought that the power of the organization belonged to them individually and got disappointed in history. And in the ANC, we've seen many prominent leaders walked away and thought that they will turn the world and collapsed in the street. And I'm not saying that is what will happen to Comrade Vavi. Yesterday, he said he remains a member of the ANC. We were here to see if that is true and that is reality. Because if he's a member of the ANC, he will come to the ANC and say, I want to have a discussion on the situation as it pertains now.
Is he still welcome in the ANC?
If he's a member, we don't need to welcome him. If he's a member, he can raise issues with anybody in the ANC. If he's a member, if he's not a member, that's a different story.
All right, thank you very much indeed. ANC Secretary General Gwede Mantashe.